Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be bringing you another story. Thank you for joining me. The Jewish man was walking along the windy, graveled road. People were all around him as he traveled. Suddenly, someone grabbed his arm. A loud, angry voice commanded, "You there, you lazy Jewish man, carry this bag for me for the next mile." Startled, the man looked up to see a Roman soldier inches from his face. Though badly shaken, he picked up the bag and began to carry it. When Jesus lived on earth, Roman law allowed soldiers to ask Jewish men to carry their bag for 1 mile. The Jewish people hated this law. The bags were very heavy. One day, Jesus sat down a little way up a mountain. He began to teach his disciples. As he taught, a crowd of people drew closer and closer to him. Jesus talked about many things that were new and different to the people. He said something very puzzling about this law that soldiers could require someone to carry their bag for a mile. He said, "If someone forces you to go 1 mile, walk 2 miles with him." Now, what do you suppose a Roman soldier might carry in his bag? The soldiers wore helmets, so he might have an extra helmet in his bag. He probably carried a lunch with him. He would have tuna and maybe some crackers. He might have a weapon, such as a knife like this. Everyone wore sandals. Do you think he might have carried an extra pair of sandals? The bag was quite large and heavy. Sometimes the roads in Israel were covered with rocks, making it hard to walk on them. Israel is very mountainous, so they may have had to climb. Can you imagine how it might feel to be grabbed and ordered to carry someone else's bag? It didn't seem fair. But Jesus said, "Go 2 miles with him instead of one." I wonder if Jesus was telling them to be generous and kind. Let's think about it. A Roman soldier had to do what he was told. He had to wear a helmet, no matter how hot it was. He had to carry heavy weapons with him. I wonder, did Jesus mean for us to think about others as people with real feelings? Even the people who make us feel scared and afraid? Did Jesus want us to think about how the other person might feel in their situation? Perhaps no one was ever kind to the soldiers. How does it make you feel when someone is kind to you? Maybe your brother or sister shares their favorite candy with you when they don't have to. Does that make you feel valuable to them? When someone does something nice for me, particularly when I wasn't expecting it, it makes me feel important and loved. Jesus was saying, show kindness to others. By going the extra mile, you might be showing them that you think they are valuable. So, how do we do this? We don't have to carry a bag for a soldier. Has someone ever dropped their books in the hallway at school? School halls can be crowded. If you drop something, part of it might get kicked down the hallway. Wouldn't it be kind to help that person pick up their books and papers? Even more kind if you help them carry it to their locker or classroom. When we do a kindness for someone else, we are letting them know how they are loved and important to us. There is one thing to consider. Sometimes people are nice to others just to get something they want. For example, your friend got a new skateboard. It is the most amazing skateboard you have ever seen. You want to try it out so much, but your friend doesn't like to share. You might decide to do something really nice for your friend, hoping they will offer you a turn. So, what is the difference between being nice to someone to get something and being genuinely kind? Being kind means being generous to someone because we really want to help them. The difference between nice and kind involves what is going on inside of our heart and inside of our mind. Are we kind or are we really selfish? I'm going to give you 3 situations. Tell me whether these people are being nice or being kind. Number 1, you just found out about a new digital game that you would really like to have, but you don't have enough money from your allowance to buy it. You want that game right now. If you volunteer to take out the garbage every night this week, if you clean your room without being asked, and if you're careful to be in a good mood all of the time, then maybe your parents will say yes when you ask them if they will help you buy the game. Is that being nice or kind? If you said nice, you are correct. Number 2, your little sister or brother spilled their paints while working on a special picture. They are very upset. You have some very special paints that you love to use. You don't usually allow anyone else to touch them, but you decide not only to share your paints with your sister or brother, but you sit down and paint with them. Is that nice or kind? If you said kind, you are correct. There is a new boy at school. It is your turn to choose people for a team to play soccer at recess. The new boy doesn't look very strong, but he looks very sad. He is lonely. You decide to call his name for your team and give him a big smile. Is that nice or kind? If you said kind, you are correct. I want to ask you to do something this week. Can you ask God to give you a chance to be kind? When you begin to look for ways to be kind to others, you are improving your desire to be kind. Thank you, boys and girls, for joining us today.